Students, today we will do the revision of the next chapter, Heredity and Evolution, in the series of the rapid revision. Now, question number 1. If a trait A exists in 10% of population of an asexually reproducing species and a trait B exists in 60% of the same populations, which trait is likely to have arisen earlier? In asexually reproducing organism, trait B have organized earlier. The variation in population are only due to inaccuracies of the DNA copying. How does the creation of variation in a species promote survival? The useful variation in individual of a species will enable them to adapt according to the changes and new needs. Thus, they will enable to survive of the species. How do Mendel's experiments show that gene may be dominant or recessive? Mendel conducted experiment on the garden pea plant, selecting the 7 visible contrasting characters. He selected and the crossed homozygous tall pea plant having the genotype GG. Tall is the phenotype or physical expression and genotype is capital T and capital T. And if both the T are same, capital T, then it will be the homozygous tall. With a homozygous dwarf pea plant having the genotype t, F1 generation consists only of the tall plants having genotype 4 capital T. Since they have an allele for the dwarfness also, they are all hybrids. They expressed the allele capital T for the tallness is dominant over the unexpressed allele small t for the dwarfness. The fact that allele for the dwarfness is present in the F1 plant can be verified by inbreeding them with F2 progeny will consist of both tall and dwarf plant in the ratio 3:1. On this basis, he proposed the law of dominance. Mendel crossed the tall plant with the dwarf plant. This is the homozygous plant, and when he crossed the homozygous plant, then he got the in F1 generation. In F1 generation, he got the heterozygous plant and capital T, that is dominant and express itself, and this will be the tall. And when Mendel do selfing and cross the capital T small t plant in the F2 generation, then he found 3 tall plant and 1 dwarf plant. 1 is the dwarf plant and 1 tall is pure and small dwarf is pure, but these 2 plants are hybrid, but they are tall. On the basis of this, he proposed the law of dominance, in which dominant character express itself. It means tall is the dominant character and it will express itself. Now next question. How do Mendel's experiment prove that traits are inherited independently? Mendel proposed law of independent assortment on the basis of the dihybrid cross between the 2 homozygous parents. He selected a dominant plant with round and yellow seeds and a recessive plant with the wrinkled and the green seed. Yield F1 offspring showing the dominant form of the both trait, round and yellow. F1 plants are selfing produced F2 progeny with 2 parental and 2 new recombinant phenotype, that is round yellow, round green, wrinkled yellow, wrinkled green in the ratio of 9:3:1. This ratio is called the Mendel dihybrid phenotype ratio. The factor in different traits are independent of each other in their distribution into the gametes and in the progeny. This is the Mendel law of independent assortment. In this, Mendel take the round and yellow plant and green and wrinkled plant. When he crossed In the F1 generation, he got R, capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. And in the F2 generation, this is the F1 generation. And in F2 generation, when he grows, then the characters are transmitted independently. Characters are assorted independently. These were the round and yellow and green and wrinkled. But in the F2 generation, he got 9, 3, 3 and 1 ratio. Generation, the ratio obtained is 9, 3, 3, 1. 9 is round yellow, 3 is yellow wrinkled, 3 is round green and 1 is wrinkled green. And the characters are transmitted or assorted independently. And this is called the dihybrid cross. Dihybrid cross because he crossed the two characters seed shape and seed color himself or crossed the seed shape and seed color. This is called the dihybrid cross. But here is the only one character, that is height. This is called the monohybrid cross. Monohybrid cross. Question: a man with blood group A married a woman with the blood group O. Their daughter has blood group O. A man married with the man or male is the blood group A, married a female with the blood group O, and in the F1 generation, daughter have the O blood group. O blood group. Is this information enough to tell you which of the blood group trait A is dominant or O is dominant, Y or Y not? If a man have blood group A cross with the female O, then the gamete here is IA and IA, and mother have the IO and IO. Then it will cross in the F2 generation after selfing. Then it will form the IA, IO, IA, IO, IA, IO, IA, IO. He crossed the homozygous father with the homozygous mother, then all the progeny will be the similar. But if we cross the heterozygous father with the mother, then the gametes are IA and IO and IO and IO. It becomes IA, IO, IA, IO, 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 IO. It means 50% of the daughter cell. Two daughter cell are IA, IO blood group and two daughter cell are IA, IO, IO blood group. It means 50% of the daughter cell are blood group having IA, IO and 50% of the blood group are the homozygous. They are homozygous and they are heterozygous. In the above cross, 50% of the progeny will have A blood group and 50% of the O blood group. At the same time, this data is insufficient. It is not mentioned father has homozygous or heterozygous. If father is heterozygous, then this type of the graph is obtained, and if father is homozygous, then this type of the graph is obtained. Then here the data given is insufficient. It is not mentioned father has homozygous or heterozygous A blood group. If it is homozygous A, then 100% of progeny will have A blood group as gene IA is dominant over the IO. If we look at this cross, here the 100% of the progeny are forming the A blood group, and this A blood group is dominant. This A blood group is dominant over the O. But in this question, here the data given is insufficient. Question: how is the sex of child determined in the human being? Or sex of the newborn child depend on its father and not on the mother. Justify the statement and support your answer with a neat illustration. Determination of the sex. Sex chromosome determines sex in the human being. In the male, there are 44 plus XY chromosome, whereas in female there are 44 plus XX chromosome. Here X and Y chromosome determine sex in the human body. As we know, XY is the sex chromosome. Sex chromosome. And these are the sex chromosome in the male. And XX is the sex chromosome in the female. And here the gamete formation are X and Y. Here the gamete formation are X and X. When X cross with the X, combine with the X, then the baby produces girl. And if the male give Y chromosome, then and female give X chromosome, then it form the boy. And in the XX, it is girl. Two types of the gamete are found in the male. One is having 50% X chromosome, whereas other type is having Y chromosome. In female, gamete are of two types, contain X chromosome, both the X chromosome, but female are the homogametic. The female are homogametic, but male gamete having one X and one Y chromosome and undergoes fusion with the female gamete having X chromosome. The zygote will have XY chromosome and this give rise to the male child. If male gamete having X chromosome undergo fusion with the female gamete having X chromosome, zygote will be having XX chromosome and this will give rise to the female child. What is the different way in which individual with a particular trait may increase in a population? A particular population with specific trait will increase due to the following reason. Sexual reproduction, which results into the variation. Natural selection. The individual with special traits survive the attack of their predators and multiply while the other will perish. Genetic drift. It provides the diversity without any adaptation. Next question. Why are traits acquired during lifetime of an individual not inherited? Change in the non-reproductive tissue or the somatic cell. There are two types of the cell, somatic cell and generative cell. Somatic cell help in the growth of the body, but generative cell help in production of the reproductive organ. Change in non-reproductive tissue, that is somatic cell, cannot be passed on the DNA of the germ cell. Thus the acquired trait will die with the death of the individual. It is non-heritable and cannot be passed on its progeny. Why are the small number of surviving tigers in a cause of worry from the point of view of genetics? As the population of tigers is decreasing, there is loss of gene from the gene pool. There cannot be recombination and variation. Hence, no evolution will take place. If number falls suddenly, then the species may become extinct. It will disappear. What factors could lead to the rise of the new species? Factors leading to the rise of new species are: first is genetic variations. Second is natural selection. Next is reproductive isolation. Next is origin of new species. Will geographical isolation be a major factor in the speciation by a self-pollinating plant species? Why or why not? No. No, in self-pollinating species, geographical isolation will not play any role for speciation because the self-pollination is occurring on the same plant. Will geographical isolation be a major factor in the speciation of an organism that reproduces asexually? Why or why not? No, as there is neither genetic drift nor gene flow play any role during the speciation. Moreover, asexual reproduction involves single parents and natural geographical barrier can occur between the different organisms. Thank you.